Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to the channel iRumors. Today's video is yet another self-repair video. Our self-repair series is extensive. We are covering lots of different products, lots of different repairs, and technically we are covering almost every single part which is repairable just by having very minimal tools. And in that series, today we are going to be replacing the battery on the mid-2012 11-inch MacBook Air. Yup, you all have watched the review. In the review, I've already told all of you that the battery on this is fully dead. It doesn't even charge, and the moment I plug it out, the computer instantly shuts down. So what does that mean? It means it's time for battery replacement, and that's what we are going to do. As usual, this is going to be a complete guide, like I always say in all my self-repair videos. Even if you don't have the slightest experience in repairing a device, my videos will definitely show you the repair in the most simple way possible that you can definitely do it in your home with just the minimal tools required. Anything fancy like heating pads or glues or really high-tech equipment. I'm not going to be using all of that. It's just going to be all simple tools, and some of the tools you'll get it in the packaging itself when you order the replacement. If you order the battery in this case, you'll definitely be getting some of the parts we're going to be using. So without further ado, I don't want to talk much. Let's get started right into the repair. Okay, so here's our MacBook. And with our MacBook, we do need a few tools that we always use. First is the toolkit. Let me just put the MacBook to the side over here. We need the toolkit followed by some alcohol, and that's about it. And that is because my toolkit comes with all the prying tools necessary. But for you, if you don't have it, then it's best to get this kind of prying tools for your repair, because we definitely will be needing it when we remove the battery. So just remember to have that, like we do in all our repairs. Let's get the magnetic board laid out. It doesn't matter whether we need it or we don't. It's always a standard in my repairs to have it. So there we go. And let's have this usual pick over here followed by a few thin ones just in case. Let's take the pick out. Just have minimal tools on your table and tuck the rest away so that you don't have a lot of tools to worry about. So firstly, before we start off with any repair, let's say if your battery is not fully dead, it's best to always open the MacBook and turn it off. Always remember to turn the computer off, but mine, it doesn't even turn on without the battery. I don't have to worry about it, but if yours works but just has a short battery life and you're replacing it, just remember to turn the MacBook off. Once you've turned the MacBook off, close it and flip it around. Once that's flipped, we all know what we're going to do. Next is taking out the screwdriver. And of course, we do need to have some alcohol, so I forgot to mention that. So even though I've opened multiple MacBooks, I keep forgetting which is the screwdriver in this set that fits it. So let's quickly figure that out. Now the first thing that we're going to do is to remove all the screws. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10 screws over here. Like I always do in all my MacBook repairs. It's a bit weird for me to do this, but like I said, my main goal is to just do simple repairs. So what will I do? I'll usually number the screws. This is not really necessary, but I just like to do it. There we go. We've numbered the screws. And now as I remove the screws, I'll just align it in order according to these numbers. So once I'm done with the repair, I can just take the screws and put back in. Of course, this is completely optional, up to you, but for me, I just like to do it, so I'm doing it. So now let's quickly remove the screws. Okay, there we go, the screws has been opened, but as I was removing the screws, screw 7 and 8, I had to press the bottom case slightly downwards in order for the screw to just pop out slightly, so it will be easier for me to take out. So just be reminded of that. Just how you were just at the bottom screws, screw number 7 and screw number 8, that I had to do that. But if you didn't have to do it, then it's good. Now let's quickly lift the cover up. It's already coming up, so it's kind of easy. Let's remove it. There you can see there's a lot of white color residue that we usually see. I was kind of expecting this. There's some kicked up dirt over here, all over here. We definitely have to clean the MacBook before we install the battery. And whoa, this battery is, luckily I took it out. This battery is actually bloated. So it's actually kind of ajar from the whole MacBook. So we do have a lot of cleaning ups to do. Even though the fan isn't particularly dirty, all this residue and all these lumps of residue over here, we definitely have to clean them. Use a ton of alcohol. And as I'm talking about that, I just realized the processor doesn't have any thermal paste. Of course, I'm not going to be putting any thermal paste of my own because I don't have thermal paste with me. So now, without further talking, the first thing we're going to do is to unplug the battery. It's always best to use a tweezer, but sometimes I just use my hands for convenience, but always you can use a tweezers to unplug it. Now that we've done unplugging, next what we're going to do is to remove this 1, 2, 3, 4 and this 5. these 5 screws in the middle, we're going to remove it. Here you can see that this screw is fully rusty, so it's good that we're going to take it out, and let's start unscrewing. Okay, now we have removed pretty much all of the screws, but we ran into a small problem over here, and that is the screw in the middle. The last 2 screws at the corner over here, at the middle over here, were fully rusted, but I managed to use a slightly bigger screw bit to take out this, but this is fully rusted and I'm not able to take the screw off. I can't even get any bit to sit on it. I think the only way for me now is to just remove it like that. It's not really the ideal way I will do it, but here we don't have a choice. That's the plastic over here. I really hope I didn't damage anything in this MacBook, but just to be safe, we are going to be opening it up. Everything looks normal except for the residues over here, but that's fine. We'll clean it up. Now let's turn it around. The screw just broke off from inside and it left a mark over here, so I can't get any screw down to this spot. Even if I get a new screw, I can't get it down because it's fully broken. Making sure to clear all this white color residue that formed. Since we are already inside the MacBook, why not just give it a clean, right?
15 minutes later.
We're done with cleaning the top case. I didn't want to show it on camera because it's not really that relevant to the repair, but now let's just spray some alcohol and give this MacBook a wipe down. Just a normal wipe down will do because it's not really that dirty. Now the last thing that's left to do is to install the battery. And the strongest thing that I recommend on older MacBooks is do not try to glue because if you glue the battery down, I'm pretty sure there's going to be another repair soon and it's going to be harder for you. Take the new battery and just place it on top and make sure it fits. Mine definitely doesn't fit because I pried the whole battery out. So mine, I'm just going to be leaving it just like that. Once I place the battery in, press the battery down. Do not screw it first. I repeat, do not screw the battery first because we're going to be testing it out if it works. So once you place your new battery down, just plug the connector in, make sure everything is seated in place and flip the MacBook around. Of course the battery is going to be dropping, but that's fine. We can connect it later. Just open it up, plug in your charger. There we go. It's plugged to life. Our MacBook has turned on. This repair can be deemed a success. So once the battery is charging and everything is okay, now it's time to shut the MacBook up. So just remember to shut it down, and now we can unplug the MacBook. Now that we are done with replacing the battery, the last thing to do is to just put the back plate on. So once the back cover is on, all you gotta do is to screw all the screws that we took out. Pretty easy. Just follow the numbers and follow the order that I put in, and I'm just gonna screw all of them in now. Screw all the screws in, put some alcohol and wipe it, give it a good clean, and there we go. We are done with the repair. So that is how you do a battery replacement on the mid 2012 11-inch MacBook Air. For me, I would rate this repair a 1 or 2 because I've done multiple battery replacements on MacBooks, and this is just any other repair that I would do. But for you, if you're a first timer, I would definitely rate this repair about a 5 out of 10 in terms of difficulty, because if it's your first time. But other than that, if it's your second or third time, it'll be a 3 or 4, but that's about it. It's a pretty easy repair, pretty straightforward. Not much of a prying, not much of a gluing that takes place. Just unscrew it properly and screw it back in. But the one thing that you've got to make sure, if this is your first time repairing the MacBook, there are chances that the screws might be rusty like mine, and some might just break off, or some might just not even come out at all. And the screw that I had to pull out using a pliers was, first of all, the head of the screw was rusted, so I can't get a screwdriver in, and second of all, the screw was stuck. So when I tried to use a pliers to twist it out, the metal was just too old and it just broke off. So that's about it. That's actually been it for this self-repair. I think in all my self-repair videos, my main goal is not about you liking it, it's about this video helping you. So if this video helped you, then do leave it in the comments below that it helped you, and if it's helped you repair your MacBook, and if it's working well again after the battery, provided of course there isn't any other issues, then I would really appreciate it if you leave in the comments below, and it would be really great to see that it's happening. But those of you who watch it just for entertainment or just to learn how to do self-repair, you don't have the device but you just want to watch these videos just to learn how to do self-repairs, then I would really appreciate if you give this video a like, and if you think I deserve a subscribe to the channel for the videos that I'm making, then really do consider subscribing for more tech videos. We will be having the reviews, a lot of phone testings. If there's newer phones coming out, we'll be testing them, and all sorts of things. So do get subscribed, turn on notification if you want to be the first one to watch it. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch all of you in the next one. Bye bye.